In this video, we're going to be showing the threading process. But just to recap on the last video, if you remember, you saw the beaming process, putting the warp onto the back of the loom, beaming it onto the back beam, and then putting it through the raddle and putting it through the cross sticks. This stage is all about threading. It's a stage you can't rush, you take your time, it takes as long as it takes, you relax and you enjoy the process. And I have a threading plan here. This threading plan here, I read it from the right to the left. And each number, there's numbers 1 to 4, and they refer to the 4 shafts. Now, a shaft is basically a frame here, which lifts up and down independently of the others. And it has a heddle on it. Well, it has lots of heddles on it. And a heddle is like the eye of a needle. You can see the centrepiece here where I've put the threading hook. That's where we actually thread each of the ends. And it depends on the order in which you thread your ends and which shaft your heddle is on that determines the patterns you get when you weave. And on this one, need the glasses for this, I'm starting with 4, 3, 2, 1. So the first heddle is on shaft 4. And I reach in and I grab the first one out of my threading cross, and you can see the threading cross is really useful for keeping every single thread in order. Then I need number 3. And the next one from the cross. And they all stay as they're supposed to, and it's wonderful. And number 2. And number 1. Now I'm going to mix it up a little. After number 1, I'm going to go back to number 4, but then I'm going to go the opposite way and go back to number 1. And you can create very intricate patterns from just 4 shafts. And there's number 1. And then I'm going to number 2, because that's what my pattern's telling me to do. So all I've got to do is follow my pattern carefully and thread up. And the threading is that easy. And I'm not nearly at the last thread of my 1/2 inch. Let me just see where I'm going. Oh yes. And I'm going to check those threads that I've done them correctly, and then I'm going to tie them off into a 1/2 hitch, or a slip knot. So I'll just check those. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 4, yes, 3, 2, 3, 4. Just check that with my pattern, that's exactly right. So I'm going to just put them into a slip knot and move on to the next bundle.